So there's a saying that there's many ways to skin a cat. I'm not certain if this is the way that Anthony needs to get by Shayla, but all right, hey, it's worth a shot. Let's go.
He's supposed to go to the courthouse to get his name changed.
Sometime in October. But I'll let you know. Whenever they email me about it, I'll update you.
Cool.
Okay, so the name change number one is always something because the name change also can trigger a DNA test. He doesn't know this, but really and truly, it can trigger a DNA test. As to why he's not like talking to a lawyer about this versus just, and it's okay. I'm glad that his mind is now on it from Amber and his mind is on it from Wayne. But I would have thought that he would have actually talked to his own lawyer about this instead of, you know what I mean, going around and not trying to find the most legitimate way to do it. Because after all, he's the businessman, right? All right.
Cool. I was thinking that I want you to put me on child support.
For what reason?
No, it's just just for a structure, so you have a set amount that you get every month. So there's no discrepancies or anything like that.
Anthony, honestly, I'm fine with our arrangement now. And you do what you're supposed to do as a father, so I don't really have a reason to put you on child support. I don't.
All right. So all of a sudden, she's saying that he does what he's supposed to do. Before all of this, he was this terrible father, but all of a sudden he does what he's supposed to do. You know why she's saying that? She's saying that because she makes over what 15, $16,000 right now on him, right? But but if she were to go on child support, she'd have been paying like $2,000, like we calculated last night, because they're upwards of the actual what you call it child support scale because it's a scale that they work with in Georgia. And if they were supposed to do child support, the judge is going to go ahead and pull the scale out and probably put him at the highest level of the scale. The highest level of the scale per month is going to have him pay about $2,000. That's literally what it is paying for one child. So of course she's now okay with this because guess what? It's not in her favor to put him on child support. He doesn't really realize that because he's been this gullible, idiotic businessman who doesn't understand anything else. According to him, he understands business, and I think that having a child is also business. So it's supposed to have some level of ear into that, but hey, he doesn't have it.
I don't see the need for that.
Mm-hmm.
I do, but
Mm-hmm.
this is just more for logistics. You know,
Structure for who, though?
structure for us.
What are you up to?
Excuse me.
I know you. Everything that you do is calculated. So what's this for?
Like I said, it's for us. For we have some kind of structure, so you'll be taken care of. Kyle be taken care of.
Anthony, please, you got a plan for everything. I even think you calculated getting me pregnant so you could keep me stuck. Was that your plan?
Why?
That's if it's his kid. And if you ask me, I think he hasn't even approached this correctly because the truth is, here's the deal. I believe you can actually go to the courts and actually ask the courts about child support. And we can actually I can pull it up at the end of this video, but I believe you could go to the court and petition for them to put you on child support. I believe so. But anyways, we'll check the facts out on that.
Wow. You think? Come on now. No, that was not my plan. I mean, I'm still Mr. Dalton out here.
Right.
I
And
could have.
there are no other guys like Mr. Dalton. You're the only successful one with money.
I didn't say that, but there is only one Mr. Dalton. So I just wanted to run that by you. Just to have some structure for us.
Well, I think that we're good where we are with what we have.
Okay. Well, just think about it. So when are you gonna be back with Kai? Y'all got plans or anything?
I'll let you know that too whenever I go and get him from my mom.
Okay.
And also, maybe you should give me my key back so you don't just burst in here and you can call and make sure Kai's over here before you come. That's the only reason why you're over here.
Yeah, when you start paying for the property by yourself or you get your own apartment, then you can get the key back. I mean, I wouldn't give you the key back either because really and truly it's actually my apartment and I'm supposed to be able to go in there and see it. Why? Because it's in my name. That's exactly why. This is still in Rolanda's name, and so Anthony can't afford for you to be doing whatever it is that you want in there. So I probably wouldn't get the key back either. I'm sorry.
But what if there's an emergency or something? And always get another key. Hey, so.
All right. So, like I said before, let's kind of research this right off of the cuff because we don't want us to go anywhere without actually putting this into perspective. Can someone put themselves on child support? That's a good question. Can you actually put yourself on child support? In other words, did you even need to go to Shayla at all? Can you put yourself on child support in Georgia without the mother? There we go. And the answer to the question is no. In Georgia, you cannot place yourself on child support. Rather, you must go to the court system to establish a child support order, which typically involves a hearing and requires both parents to participate. To start the process, you would apply for child support services through the state, which helps establish paternity and the child orders, ensuring financial support for your child. So, what we're saying is actually right. Putting yourself on child support, you can't do that in the context of I can't just go down there and say, hey, I want to be on child support and I'm on child support. But if I go down to the courts in Georgia, if I go to the court and I say to the court, you know what? I want to apply for child support services. You need to apply for child support services. There it is. Go to the state of Georgia's Department of Human Services. There you go. Participate in the court proceedings. So in other words, all he needs to do is he can actually go down there himself and do that. He doesn't even need her. Really and truly, him don't need her. So to be very fair with you, this what happened in the morning here was just a waste of his time. But again, this is the businessman that they've made Anthony into. Anthony is the businessman that doesn't double check anything. He doesn't check anything. I'm sorry to tell y'all guys, but him don't check nothing. You understand? That's just really and truly how Anthony work. He not check nothing. That's just the deal. He doesn't check anything. Really and truly, he could actually put himself on child support, as you guys have just seen. Him no need Shayla to put him on child support. This was a waste of time. All he has done is kind of just ring the alarms on Shayla right here, so. And I wouldn't have rung the alarms at all. What I'm gonna do is just go down to the court, file for child support, and get the ball rolling. So that way them can order the DNA test. So they can order various things. And I wouldn't have anything at all. I wouldn't have done this. But no, what he has done now is raised an alarm. I'm guaranteeing a couple scenes are about to happen. Shayla's about to go to her mother and say that Anthony's putting her on child support. Anthony wants to be on child support. And then she's going to start to look into it. Why does he want to be on child support? Blah, 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 blah. XYZ, ABC. All of this is going to come out. But like we said, the funny thing is the businessman, if him could only get an assistant like Wayne, because obviously he's very, very busy and has no time to do nothing and do his own research. But he need an assistant because the truth is there is no way that you shouldn't know. There's no way that he shouldn't know that him actually could have do this by himself without Shayla at all, or even know how much you'd pay in child support. Because we already pull up the child support table. There is a table in Georgia, and they're going to start at the highest mark in Georgia on the table. He's already at the highest mark, so it doesn't make a difference between them combined
Alert
income.
from Wi-Fi
Between
calling.
their combined income, it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, so they should be perfectly fine. But again, we have Anthony, and you know how Anthony works. His mind works very slow. That's all I can say. But hey, give me your stake. Should he have just gone down to the courts and done this himself versus going over to Shayla and tipping her off as to what he's doing? Give me a take on this. Because he would have done many things. He would have found out about the name change and the child support piece in one. And he would have gotten a chance to get everything being done. But I guess they're just showing you sometimes they need to move in silence. Give me a take, like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm going to talk to you all soon. Come on, come on, come on, sir.